Okay, now let's look and see. So now let's look and see back in our vSphere diagram here. We have this Kubernetes control plane, and so the WCP installs the Kubernetes control plane. The Kubernetes control plane that we have here is configured with custom resources and controllers that provide the basis for the services that the supervisor cluster can provide. And so we see things like we have the cluster API on workload control plane controller, CapW, and it provides things like the cluster API, Kubernetes resource types, machines, machine sets, machine deployments, Kubernetes clusters, right? Those are all part of cluster API. And likewise, our virtual machine controller and TK controller, other infrastructure controllers that we have running in this Kubernetes control plane provides other backing services and resources that allow us to compose services like the network service, storage service, vPod service, TKG service, registry service, VM service, etc. And these services then integrate into the vSphere UI, and so you can see Kubernetes native information about these environments in the vSphere UI. It's one of the big advantage of having it integrated here, of many, right? But one of the biggest advantages is that you've always been able to install Kubernetes on top of a virtual machine with no visibility, right? And especially when you're running containerized workloads. And you may have a number of different types of workloads running on a particular container host. It's really critical to have that type of visibility deeper into the application layer, or into the container layer, so the operations team can support the complexities of that environment, right? But with the familiar tools.